Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 41 of the African Do podcast, where we talk about excellent Africans executing excellently. It's a privilege today to have with us Mr. Eric Kimani, founder of Palmhouse Dairies and Palmhouse Foundation. Eric, welcome to the African Do podcast.
Asante, thank you, Leonard.
Yes. So, Eric, we were speaking earlier about where you come from, and you tell me that in in the early 90s you set up a dairy. Maybe you can tell us a bit more about that and your journey of transitioning out of a corporate environment into a dairy in what is a very competitive environment in a Kenyan context.
Thank you, Leonard. You want us to be here for 2 hours or 3?
No, we can give us the summarized version. Yeah.
I told you this morning I was jogging at Nairobi Club.
Yes.
And I remembered my days there in 1992. I was finance controller, then quickly finance director of Williamson Tea.
Yes.
And I was taking a photo of the building that is Williamson House. It was the tallest building.
At that time.
Today it looks like a mini.
It's been dwarfed by everything else, yeah.
But the nostalgia that came to me was that at that point I wanted to leave employment and I wanted to go and set up business. And the business that was central in my mind was to set up milk processing. There was only one process at that time, KCC, full stop. And I was imagining myself being a processor of milk or selling milk. There was shortage of milk in 1993, 94.
Yes.
And here I am, we are looking for money. I'm working at that time. I'm trying to look for who can fund me.
Yes.
But to cut a long story short, on 13th of June, 1996, I opened the door to Palmhouse Dairies.
Wow.
With 100 liters of milk.
Yes.
And I thought that was the most milk I could produce that night. Of course, we've gone on to produce tens of thousands after that.
Yes.
But that's how we started the business.
Yeah.
And the business, Palmhouse, is based in Githunguri.
Yes.
Just opposite Fresher, my competitor. Like I tell you, I have no competitors. They are all players in the same market.
Yes.
And we complement each other with everybody in the market. And we've done that now for 30 years.
Wow.
We've been in that business. But to come back to where the story begins of Palmhouse Foundation is that here we are, located in the rural areas of Kenya. And those days there were no these foundations and these scholarships that you hear about. In fact, I cannot, if you went to the newspaper in 1996, 7, even early 2000, and you look at the newspaper on the 1st of January and see the cry of parents and children looking for school fees, they've passed well, they can't go to school.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here, and every time I see, now that we've set up a small processing in Githunguri, people think we are very wealthy. They're coming and saying, my son, my daughter is in school, I couldn't pay. We give 5,000, 2,000, 3,000. But we soon realized that when you give your 2,000 or your 3,000, the child still misses school because it was required is 15,000 and they paid only your 2,000 and we felt we are wasting our money. So why don't we sat back with my wife and said, why don't we get a small fund? We are now settled in this environment. We are making a bit of money. Why don't we get a small fund and then select 3 students and commit to the 4 years in high school rather than support this who doesn't finish? And we announced around the village that we will be selecting 3 students. We announced annually. It was the first time, December of 2002. We went to the churches and announced that we will be helping, and 100 students stand up for the 3 positions. We were overwhelmed. We took 6. the first time we ever selected in in January of 2003 to go to school 2003.
Now, Eric, you've let the cat out of the bag, but allow me to. So we're not here today to speak about dairy.
No.
I think the way that we introduced Eric, you may have thought that we are speaking about dairy, but we're here to speak about African philanthropy.
Yes.
And I, maybe from my layman understanding, I can tell you about how I heard from heard of Palmhouse Dairy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was privileged enough to serve as the chair of the board of my alma mater, Nairobi School, between 20, I think it was a 3-year stint, 2016, 2017, and 2018. And in that time, our alumni association were looking to start a bursary fund because the need, like you say, is great, particularly when you go to this historical national schools environment. The need is great. And that's when I first got to hear of Palmhouse Dairy.
Yes.
Palmhouse Foundation, sorry, not Palmhouse Dairy.
Yes.
And it intrigued me because it was not really, I consider myself well-read in a Kenyan context.
Yes.
I'm well-versed in what's happening in the business environment. And what stuck out for me is I felt that, who are these people? Because this is a dairy, yes, and I've heard of them. Like you said, like we were discussing earlier, you supply my industry, my trade, hospitality a lot. You have a lot of business clients there. But I'm like, it's not really an in-your-face business. It's not, unless you look for it, as a layman walking the streets, you might not come across it, unless you're from Githunguri and you drive past it. But they have started a foundation. And at that time, I think, if I'm not wrong, if my memory serves me right, Palmhouse Foundation had about those years, about 14 or 15 students in Nairobi School that they were paying for their education. And that jogged my, piqued my interest. So, African philanthropy. You've done well for yourself, Bwana Kimani, if I say so myself.
Thank you.
But you're not in the list of. I don't think you would make the list of.
Don't make me feel small. I'm a big man.
You're a big man, yes, you are, and I think you're more big in mind and thinking.
Yes.
But we know wealthy Kenyans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And maybe even I dare say we know wealthy Africans.
Yes, you do.
And from those humble beginnings, what is that thought process before we dig into Palmhouse Foundation properly? What is that thought process that makes you say?
I'm not sure, Leonard, that there's a thought process that I can lay out and tell people, practice this, you will be like me. But I think in telling the story of the Palmhouse Foundation, the listener may pick for themselves.
Yes.
And I'll start by making a very audacious statement. I don't think there's anybody richer than me in this country. No, not many. I don't know any.
Okay.
I am a very wealthy man.
Yes.
I may not have the thousands of dollars or the hundreds of thousands, but I understand abundance. And I've come from a background where I've understood that and I want to pass it on. Palmhouse Foundation was not founded with millions. It was founded with a 3 students' desire to help 3 students. But when we came and selected the first 6, the next 10, he was your classmate or in the same school, I think. J.D. Kabeberi was in your school or something.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Joined us, and we selected 10 the following year. And this time we went as far as Mombasa. We went as far as the Rift Valley, Nyeri, but still quite local. But from 2004 to this day, to 2025, we have selected students from every corner of this country. Not my money. I've only got an abundant heart.
Yes.
Not my money.
Yeah.
99% of the money comes from other people.
Mm-hmm.
I may contribute the 1% and my free work to the
And your
foundation.
time,
yeah. So I think that is very important to understand, so that as we do this interview, people understand that you can leverage. My name has been leveraged by a lot of people, putting their trust and their money into Palmhouse, because they can see what we do, they can see the impact, they can see the transparency, the accountability. And yes, in your school, your former school is one of the best national schools, has produced some of our best graduates.
Mm-hmm.
Today, they are back in the foundation themselves, running the foundation and giving to the foundation, because many of them are now working.
Yes.
So to perhaps come back to what thought process, I think the message for me is very simple. If there's a nagging idea, like this nagged me, what can we do to help this? 1, 2, 3. These 3 is what has translated to 1,330 students so far. But my idea was 3. Many people want to do something like Eric Kimani. Day 1, day 2, day 3. It's not possible. Start with the 3. Start with the one elderly person if your desire is to help the aged. Start with one person who is suffering from malaria if your desire is to help medical issues. Start with one.
Just start.
And then move. And the rest will happen. So that is perhaps my story. I wouldn't want to say that there is a magic word that you can do this. But if you want to leverage other people's money, which they give me in the millions, they give the foundation in millions. Why? Because they can. The Palmhouse Foundation is a public company. Right now, go online. You will see how much we raised last year, what we did with it, who we support with it, and it is Kenyan money. Once people see that, I think they will work with you.
So do you think that there's a... What I'm hearing a lot from you is that state of mind.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a choice. Yes. And we hear, it's interesting that I'm hearing it from you for the first time. We hear a lot of conversations as Kenyans around our scarcity mentality. But you're now talking about an abundance mentality.
Yes.
So maybe if we are to interrogate the numbers, you started with an intention to educate 3 students. And you moved that to 6 by sheer demand of the numbers who showed up. But what is the Palmhouse Foundation, just to show the impact on average today in 2025?
Yes.
How many students are you onboarding into them?
Thank you. Like I said, we started with a 3, which became 6. And by the way, one of the students of the first 6 of 2003 is my vice chair of the board.
Of the foundation?
Of the foundation. She's
one of the 6?
One of the 6. She is the vice chair of the board, working for one of the very reputable Isuzu East Africa.
Yes.
Isuzu East Africa is one of our most valuable partners because they recognize what we do, they see what we do. They've employed many of them over the years. And just to go back, what was the question? Now I lost my train of thought.
How many students are you on board?
Yes. So we moved on. The first national class was 2004, where we selected 34 students. The 34 students went on to Alliance, Nairobi School, Maseno, the big 18 schools then that were called national schools. Of course, that has changed over time. Now you have extracurricular and the national schools together. So that year we selected 34. And this is the formula I want people to understand. One of the reasons we endear ourselves to support is our national outlook.
Okay.
When we started this, we were a Githunguri-based organization wanting to help the village. But when we opened our mind to abundance that you could do this for the country, people came in. And from that time, we select on an equal basis. So if we had 34, we divided by the 8 provinces of Kenya and went to Nyanza, went to Coast and went everywhere. We do that every time. every year. And we select depending on the money we've raised.
Okay.
So to bring you forward, there are years we selected 50. There are years we selected 80. Right now, last year we selected over 100 students. And this year I can tell you, as we start the KJC formula, the CBE, we have more sponsors willing to, we could select 100, 150.
Wow.
So it has moved progressively from the 3. And we've now transitioned 1,331 students.
From the inception of those first 6.
From the inception, cumulatively 1,003. But for me, that's not the big story. The big story for Palmhouse is the inspiration it has provided many Kenyans to do what we are doing, even in a bigger way than we do ourselves. Even more better than we do. Maybe not better, but in a bigger way. So we opened the mind of Kenyans, and there are so many people who will tell you Palmhouse inspired us.
And that you speak about other foundations or other forms of giving? Is that what you speak about? They have been inspired by you to do the same?
To do the same, and maybe to do other things, I don't know. But those in education, today I challenge a Kenyan who can tell me that a child cannot go to school, to high school, because of funding. Why? There are tens of Palmhouse foundations. There is Equity. There is KCB Foundation.
Bank.
KCB worked with us for years. They were our
contributor.
No, not contributor. They gave us the avenue to reach the whole republic.
Okay.
Because in reaching their own bank branches, they were our method of getting to the everywhere in Kenya.
Yes.
But they went on to form a foundation which is much bigger, more impactful than Palmhouse.
Yes.
I can almost tell you for nothing that if you look at their paperwork, they didn't have to reinvent the wheel. Now, we work together.
Let's talk about this paperwork a bit. Because I would say that Palmhouse Foundation has been this successful. Because you took, you're sitting here because on the recommendation of one of your board members.
Yes.
So it's clear that governance was important to you from the very beginning. Yes. So maybe tell us your thinking around this. It's one thing to have abundance. It's another thing to take the money of those that give. But it's an entirely other thing to account for it routinely, year after year, such that it continues coming. So tell us about your thoughts about governance.
I think governance is a subject that I love talking about. Because if it was not for the governance structure of Palmhouse Foundation, it wouldn't attract a tenth of the money or the funding or the support it receives. Perhaps because of my training as an accountant, as a lawyer, and also being in corporate world, it helped me to structure the governance. If you look at the board of Palmhouse Foundation, it has been consistent. The likes of Josephat Mwaura, former partner KPMG, been there with me for more than 20 years in the governance. The likes of Marion, the CEO now of CMC.
Gadoga. Of InShip,
Yes. And Mudhoni Gisho, he was our lawyer from the beginning. So we did it right. We formed a proper structure with people who can call me even as a founder to account and ask me to account. But I even went beyond that. The person who recommended me to come here is on the board of advisors.
Yes.
We set up a board of advisors of 13 very honorable Kenyans. I would want you to go and read the list for yourself.
Yes.
Because it's who is who in Kenya. Among them, Rose was one of them. As an advisory, nobody asked us to form that board. Nobody requires us to form it. But we want to go to them and account to them what we are doing. So I did that specifically to put another structure that can make the board of directors feel there is somebody else watching.
Yes.
But the interesting thing is this. If you look at our funding, most of the money is leveraged from the circle of influence of these advisors.
Yes.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
if you have a good board,
Yeah.
a good board of advisors, good names who trust you and they know you cannot embarrass them, they will unlock funding. And that's what has happened for Palmhouse Foundation. The governance structure is spot on. Every once a year, we sit with a board of advisors and a big screen and analyze to them what we have done. As to the cost of running our foundation, I am sure it would rate among the top 3 in this country. The cost of running it.
Yes.
Because we are efficient. Yeah.
So you now have governance at the top.
Yes.
But let's come down into the foundation itself.
Yes.
The foundation, the numbers you're now talking about of students, there's quite a burden of administrative work to interview, to select.
Yes.
So what kind of, following this governance structure that you have at the top, what kind of structure did you then design at the bottom administratively to ensure that you meet timelines, people are, and what does that journey look like?
Yeah, that is quite something, quite a question, because I don't know how it will go with my listeners who run foundations.
Yes.
We have only 2 employees.
Wow.
2 salaried employees. An administrator and his assistant. We try to enlist the help of our sponsors. If you decide to sponsor, for argument's sake, 2 children through school, we will invite you to come with us to Kisumu or to Kilifi or wherever we are going to interview, so that you also have a hand in it. And we will use public institutions. Like when I go to Kisumu, the governor of Kisumu, the Honorable Anyang'yo, he's given us the premises for free over the years, the Grace Anyango Hall. Before that, we were doing it in Kenyatta Stadium. It's a public place.
Yes.
So we try to keep costs low, enlist the help of all our sponsors and our sympathizers. And at every selection, there's a trustee or 2 or 3 in attendance to help those people who are selecting. And we select there and announce there, so that the possibility of cheating is very minimal. It's very minimal. So to come back to your question, our administrative structure, I guess also as a family, our giving is that we house the foundation for free. We have housed them and paid for all their utilities and a lot of many things for them.
Yes.
As a show of our own commitment. And those things show on the record. So I guess those people who fund us can see that our cost of, and I don't expect that to be the case in every foundation.
Okay. I like, there's something you mentioned that I want us to build up on a bit. You said that you started out of a need to educate, do what you could to have a greater impact. And you selected 3. And you encouraged younger, not necessarily younger, but Kenyans from all walks of life to just start. And I want us to flesh out that just starting, because the need is great. You touched some of the topics. Our cultural structure is shifting. There's a lot of need for old people. There's always, in a Kenyan context, a healthcare need of some shape or another. There's no, you can't, Kiswahili tunasema hauwezi kukosa shida ukiitafuta. Ziko nyingi. So maybe speak to this, and I would assume that even for you, when you are starting with those 3, you didn't have this bold vision to see a big Palmhouse Foundation that's moving from Kisumu to the rest. So let's speak about that power of starting and what it gave to you and how others who want to borrow can learn from it. Yeah.
And I think, yes, that's what I was trying to emphasize, and thank you for asking the question again. The power to start, and start where you are.
With what you have.
With what you have is what works. When people talk about, quote unquote, God, God will not come and do anything for you. God will look at your heart and what you are trying to do and see that you have had the power to start with that one one problem that you are solving. If it's cleaning your street, start it, and then talk about the bigger dream later. So the power to start and to believe that you want to make a difference. I was not motivated that I'll form a national foundation. It only happened in year 3 of the 23 years. I was going to do what I can with what I have, with the people I have who was my family. But this is what happened. So the power to start. Just listen to that thought playing in your mind that you want to help old people, like I said, or you want to help disabled children, or you want to help the needy in this area. The needy will always be with us. That we can't finish. It's an opportunity for us. Decide, but start with the first step. Stop dreaming about
grandeur
and a big thing before you have done the small thing. But the small dream is good. But let me also add that from then on, we then went to very good structure, because in 2004, we went for a strategic retreat to do a strategic plan facilitated by Josephat Mwaura himself. The managing partner of KPMG.
At that time,
At that time. And we sat for a whole weekend and said, let's dream 20 years from now. If we educate a girl or a boy, where would we want to see that boy or that girl? I've seen it with my own eyes. Everything we dreamt in 2004 has happened by 2025.
Wow.
We have revised the strategy twice after that. No major change except improving livelihoods. And I can tell you, once you have a strategy and you keep looking at it, it will help you. So once you move from the 1, 2, 3, sit down again and decide, where would I want to go? Dream. We dreamt. Blue sky dreaming. We have no idea where we are going. But I'm telling you, 23 years later, we are there.
Nice. I want to now pick another topic that you have raised. It is evident from the way you have structured Palmhouse Foundation that networks are crucial for you.
Very crucial.
They have served you well in your governance structure. They serve you well administratively by keeping your costs low. So, and they also speak to the ethos that you have of starting with what you have. But I find that in a Kenyan context, we're not very good at curating the power of our networks. And you have, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, done that very effectively with the Palmhouse Foundation. So maybe we can speak a bit about that. These networks that we all have. Everyone knows someone else. Everyone works somewhere. Everyone. So what have you seen as the value of building a network or leveraging your network to achieve goals of this nature?
Yes, thank you for that question. And I repeat what I said, that the money that is now in Palmhouse, and by the way, I hope we'll have time to talk about a major success we've had, setting up an endowment, which I challenge you, there's no Kenyan organization out there who can tell us that they have an endowment.
We'll tackle that.
We'll talk about that. But the point is, networks. You are as good as your networks. Yes, I have a very good network, but a network is built, and I'll say this to a lot of people who will listen to this. People don't give to causes. You may be dying here of malaria, but I will not donate to malaria. I will donate to Palmhouse Foundation. I will not donate to you. I will donate to the other cause. And you are dying. People don't give to causes. People give to people. People have given to Palmhouse Foundation because of you, Leonard, being part of it. Because of Eric being part of it. Because. They don't give because Palmhouse Foundation is the neediest thing. So your networks are the most important because you need the funding. But how do you build a network? One, networks are very reciprocal. In life, you do me good, I do you good. He does him good. You rub my back, I rub yours. You rub my back. So at the end of the day, your own heart must be open to help people. Today, I spend more than maybe 70% of my life in philanthropy. Forget the Palmhouse Foundation alone and many other philanthropic things I do. Yes? Why? How can I do that? It's because I've understood this principle that if you support me, I support you, you support him, I support each other. The whole thing just keeps coming round. It is the same people who will support you, I will support. It's the same people who will look for you when there are good things to do. So networks are very important. But how do you get a network? Your name is your network. If you have a good name, people will follow you. If you mess your name, it doesn't matter who you are, nobody will want to touch it.
Yeah.
So I do not wish to praise myself, but the level of trust that people place in what we do is quite high.
Excellent.
And once you get that, then the networks will flow. People will flow. People will give you go and ask for 5 million, they'll give you 10. Yeah, because they know you are helping them achieve their own goals. And also remember, it is not about your goals. It's about everybody winning. If the people who give Palmhouse money, why do they give them? Why do they give us? Take Isuzu, take INM Foundation, take any NCBA. Why do they give us the money? To achieve their goals, not to achieve our goals.
Their goals.
Their goals. So you must demonstrate to people what is in it for them.
Yeah.
And life is about that.
Yeah.
What is in it for me?
Yeah.
If there is nothing for me, you must demonstrate that. But many people want to say, you see how people are suffering. Feed them. Nobody will feed them.
Is there a bit, am I hearing that part of this is asking? Because you have a wide network, but you also then sort out people like Rose Kimotho, sort out people like Josephat Maura, and you asked of them. And maybe sometimes we are scared of asking, and is asking part of that achieving?
Leonard, you inspire me when you talk of the power of asking. I talk about that all the time. And I tell people, if you don't ask, you don't get. There's somebody who said you miss 100% of the shots you don't try.
Take. Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Precisely, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm very good at asking. And I've been told very many no's. But I get very many yeses.
Yes.
A lot of people don't ask. And you'll be surprised that the person you fear, what will they say if I ask? They will surprise you because they will say yes. When I decided to set up that board of advisors many years ago, none of them said no. I was shocked myself.
Everyone you asked said yes.
I was shocked because these were CEOs and business owners in this country. And I'm wondering what power, who am I to go? In fact, even today, if you ask who is Eric Kimani, to go and ask James Degwa of NCBA group to become a board of advisor, who am I? Yet he's one of the best of them all because it aligns with what he wants to do. And many people, we don't ask because we fear what people will respond. A lot of people have come and asked me, Eric, would you join my board? I said, no, because of A, B, C, D. A lot of people have asked me, would you join our board? I've said, yes, I've joined the board.
Quickly.
Yeah. If it aligns with what I'm trying to do. But the main thing we need to understand is take the no's and take the yeses. They will cancel out.
Yes.
And I can guarantee you there will be more yeses than the no's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's jump into the topic you brought up about an endowment fund.
Yes.
So tell us, I'm assuming that Palmhouse Foundation has set up an endowment fund.
Yes.
So walk us through that. What is it first, and how is it impacting the work of the foundation?
Yeah. An endowment fund is a fund you set. I see Kenya as a country is creating one.
Yes, a
They're
sovereign
calling
wealth
it
fund.
sovereign wealth.
Yes,
It's something like that.
Yes.
But for a foundation, you are keeping money for future generations to use and for people for continuity.
Okay.
That even today, if you stop completely funding
You'll still
Palmhouse
run.
Foundation, it will run like the Rockefeller Foundation or the Ford Foundation.
Okay.
The people who founded them set up endowments. And those endowments are what run Harvard University and all those things.
Yes.
So about 12 years ago, I wrote a book in 2011. And I want to tell you the story of the foundation, of the endowment quickly. I wrote a book in 2011 and I decided I'm going to be wealthy selling books. Little did I know, and I'm sure there are many publishers and writers out there to confirm this. You can never be rich by selling a book. But I'm sure that's something else. But anyway, I wrote this book. By the way, it explains my principles and my thoughts process. It's called Wisdom for Abundant Living.
Wisdom for Abundant Living.
Wisdom for Abundant Living. And I write a lot on Facebook about it and on other circles. But when I realized the book is not selling as fast as I thought I would get rich, I decided to bargain with God. So I told God, and I'm sure he had, I'll stop selling this book for myself. It sells for 1,000 shillings. I'll give every 1,000 of this book that is sold to the Palmhouse Foundation because I want to raise an endowment fund of 100 million shillings in the next 10 years.
Okay.
My board of directors thought I was crazy. 100 million? We struggle to get 20 million every year to educate the students. Now you're talking about 100 million in 10 years. And I said, yes, we can do it. And we hit the ground. I started selling the books wherever I went to speak. Those days I used to speak in many forums, the Institute of Accountants, of lawyers, of wherever. And I would carry the books and sell them, and I was very motivated. I'm telling this story not to demonstrate how good I am, but to demonstrate a principle I was talking about of abundance and how it multiplies. So we began the journey. Year one, we have 2 million, 5 million. My wife is climbing Mount Kilimanjaro for sponsorship to raise money. We are doing stuff to raise this endowment. And we start the years, year one, year two, year four, year five. We are 20 million. You know, now it is 12 years since that declaration. The foundation has more than 250 million Kenya shillings.
In the fund.
In the fund. How did that happen? One, it is expressed desire. I expressed the desire in my heart. Then I began work on it, but more important is other people owned it. You know, the current CEO of Isuzu, Rita.
Yes, Kavashe.
We met at Treasury. That time I was in a corporate world. I had not left completely part of the corporate work. And I don't know how she had come across the book. But to cut a long story short, she was with her Japanese owners of Isuzu. From that conversation at Treasury, Isuzu has raised, out of the 250 million, Isuzu has raised 28 million.
What?
How? Isuzu would give a copy of my book to every buyer of an Isuzu truck for free.
What?
And they would give the money to the foundation. I mean, that's a miracle. You talk of miracles. Yes? And then others came along, and slowly that is how the money has been raised. Today, I wouldn't be surprised this year we'll cross at 300 million plus.
Wow.
I have now taken another challenge, and I hope you will contribute yourself.
Yes.
I want to raise it to 500 million.
Yes.
By another 10 years. No, 2030.
Okay.
By 2030.
Okay.
I don't know whether we will, but I know it is possible. It's not necessarily my money or yours.
Yes.
But we will raise it.
Okay.
Yes. But that's what I mean then. Even after I am dead and gone.
Yes.
The foundation can continue doing the good things they do for infinity, to infinity. If people run it well in the years to come, to continue like a Rockefeller or a Ford or a
Fabulous.
Lemtura Trust here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about the students
Yeah.
who have been the biggest beneficiaries of the work that you have done. You're now talking about from 2002 to date. We're now talking about 23 odd years, 24 years of doing this. So 1,331 students, as you told us earlier. So let's speak about these people. Where are they? You've mentioned to us your current vice chair of that foundation is a former beneficiary. So what has the real impact? Maybe share with us some insights and some examples of people who were part of these beneficiaries of these bursaries and have gone on now to impact themselves, make changes in their lives and their families.
You know, a thought goes through my mind, Leonard. How about you calling here one of them to speak to this themselves? I'll give you references.
I have one on the cards.
Okay,
yes,
I'll give you the references because it's better the story come from the horse's
definitely.
mouth.
We will definitely.
But having said that,
yes,
one of my commitments and our commitment as a foundation is to build an alumni. I heard you speaking very proudly about the Nairobi School alumni.
Yes, we do, yeah.
The Palmhouse Foundation alumni is in the works. We have now been formally meeting for almost 5 years. This year, we meet for a weekend in Mombasa. I'm sure there will be to 120 or 150 of them. Again, remember, they are all over the world. Many of them are still in university. Some of them are still in schools or colleges. But there are many who are now working, families with many children now. So we want to build the alumni because the alumni is the future. My desire is to multiply Eric Kimani by many multiples. That long after I'm gone, there will be 10, 20 other Eric Kimanis, not necessarily in Palmhouse. They can be out there doing stuff. So we still inspire them. We work with them. This is the formal program of the foundation, and this is in fact what sets the Palmhouse Foundation apart from the many in Kenya.
Okay.
The way we hold our alumni and work with them, because we want to help them realize their dreams, help their families to break the cycle of poverty, and become responsible citizens. So we have that program. We contribute. Some of them contribute. I remember one who actually paid for half of the fare to Mombasa for 10 of them who couldn't afford because now some of them have the money.
Yes.
So we are building that.
Wow.
And even if we get a 1% success rate of the 1,300, if you only get 13 of them turn out to be the right Kenyan, it will change this country, it will change many things. So we are committed. Okay. And we are doing that deliberately.
Okay. Yeah. So allow us to dream a bit. And dream a bit about the future.
Yeah.
And this topic, which I would say it's in its infancy in an African context. Let's dream a bit about African philanthropy. Yeah. Now you've started Palmhouse Foundation. It's thriving. It has structures. It's continuing to grow. It's innovating, alumni and other things. But let's talk a bit about what's the potential for African philanthropy? What can it be? Where can it go? And what can it do for us as a continent?
Well, I think the answer is not too difficult to imagine. Because if today you are sitting here with me because of a thought that started 20 years ago. We are a very young country. And I can guarantee you there are many Eric Kimanis out there.
Yeah.
It's just that we haven't heard about them or they haven't had the opportunity to come here. If we talked what we are talking today 20 years ago, people would tell us you are living in the moon.
Yes.
Nobody would believe.
You're crazy.
They would tell us we are crazy. But here we are. As I took that walk today and I was looking at Williamson House as the tallest building, and now it looks like a miniature.
Yes.
30 years later,
Yes.
that's a demonstration of progress. I know Kenyans will love to think very cynically and
Yes.
negatively.
Yeah.
This country has seen progress, Leonard. Not because of our leaders, not because of who. So nobody takes the credit. It is time. Time has allowed us progress that these young people can come here and work with us the way they are working with us.
Yes.
This was not there 30 years ago.
Agreed.
30 years from today, there will be many, many Eric Kimanis out there. There will be many more than Eric Kimani, bigger than Eric Kimani, better than Eric Kimani. All we need to do is keep giving an opportunity to talk and inspire the way you have. This is your contribution to the country's progress.
Yes.
By inspiring a young person there to take the 3 students or the 3 cows or the 3 goats or whatever it is they want to do. And knowing that you can build it.
Yes.
And that's what happened even in the West. People are, they came from the same background.
Yeah.
So I dream and I see a future where everybody will look back and think that Leonard and Eric Kimani, how could they have thought this more?
Yeah. Yeah.
There is no limitation to what can be achieved. God has provided, or the universe, those of you who don't, those people who don't believe in God, the universe has provided for you.
Yeah.
Everything there is.
Yeah.
There is nothing you need to bring along.
Yeah.
It's only our own minds and challenge our own thoughts. We don't need to bring anything new. Show me anything man has created. It was all there from the beginning of mankind. So progress will happen. It's going to happen. We just need an abundant mentality, an abundant way of thinking, knowing that you are able. You can do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You know, I like what, let me tell you what I admire about what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in the power of seeing yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one thing that makes me very proud, even to have you on this podcast, is that you look like me.
Yes.
You know, and because enough respect to Rockefeller Ford Foundation, but there's a possibility that they are viewed as these things come from there, you know. But here you are, a Kenyan businessman who has started your business and driven by a need to see a change first in his community, started something that has grown into a national foundation. And when a young Kenyan listening to us today looks at you, I hope the seed that is planted is that, even I can do that.
I can do it, yes.
In my own way.
Yes.
Maybe my area has an eye disease that's prevalent, and I can be the one to do something about this, you know? So that is a big inspiration for me. And it's a big thing about what this podcast is about. Being able to see yourself in someone else. And like you say, multiply Eric Kimani's or the ethos of what it is you're doing. Take it, tweak it to your own needs and your own challenges and go out and do. And the more of us that go out there and do, I think the greater the impact.
And the problem, Leonard, is we have such a scarcity thought that I think if Leonard does it, there is no opportunity. He's taking opportunity.
Yeah.
Yet I have just demonstrated that 30 years ago, everybody thought the biggest building is that. Today, there are hundreds, tens of them. We are nowhere.
Yes.
There is so much opportunity. Stop getting worried what your brother or your sister is doing. Nobody can finish doing the stuff that is awaiting to be done in the next thousands of years. So let's get on with it and have faith in yourself and don't compare yourself too much with other people.
Yes.
You are who you are.
Yes.
I mean, I can't begin mourning that I could do better if I had this or that. I will work with what I have.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
I think I really love the way you're doing this because it's like church, you know, they say, is there anybody to be born again today? Right here in your podcast.
African do.
There is somebody today
Yes.
sitting watching this
Yes.
who will remember 30 years from today that
Yes.
Eric, Kimani, and Leonard
Yes.
spoke about this.
Yes.
And if that be, then this is more than worth it.
Excellent.
Let's keep doing it.
So, Eric, I know there are thousands of corporates there in the country, different sizes, who want to give. Maybe they don't feel like they want to go through the effort that you have put in for whatever reasons, but they do want to give. So I'll give you a chance to speak to the audience and to anyone out there who's listening. Where can they find the Palmhouse Foundation? How can they contribute? Websites, social media handles.
Excellent.
How can they connect with you? And if they want to give through you,
Yes.
how can they do that?
Excellent. Thank you for that opportunity. Yes, I would love to give that opportunity to anyone who would want to partner with us to achieve their own goals, to help us achieve ours, and all that. The Palmhouse Foundation is a national educational trust that finances the secondary education of needy and deserving Kenyans all over the country in Kenya's best public schools. It is not private. We are in about 100 of the best Kenyan schools. And what we do is that we take your money. We ask you to give us between 80 to 100,000 per year for a student. And we will look after the student school fees and anything related to the school. And we will give you a report. We will allow you to come and select with us the students. Come and mentor with us twice a year, the students that are under your program. If you so wish, if you just want to support, and then the support can come as general support to the foundation. I think the best way to get this is to go to our website or Google Eric Kimani. You will find many pages with Eric Kimani. My addresses are never private. I'm a public person. If you want to reach me on phone, my phone is also public, 0722 516 223. I'll repeat that, 0722 516 223. And or send me an email in the Palmhouse Foundation, eric@palmhousefoundation.org. eric@palmhousefoundation.org. And I'll connect you. Even if you just need help for me to help you start your own, you don't have to just support me. Mm-hmm. My commitment to philanthropy is to all of us. So if you think there is a way I can help you, you can ask for help. I have no
and your website is palmhousefoundation.org.
.org. Yeah.
Excellent.
There you'll get everything.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fabulous and inspiring episode for me. I think I have learned a lot about what philanthropy is in an African context, and it's great to see an African philanthropist who's actually living what he speaks to, and is actually impacting lives of Kenyan students who are going on to impact their families, to eradicate poverty, and to grow this country. Because I believe, like Eric does, that as Africans, we have the ability to do it on our own, on our terms, and as we see fit for our people and for the benefit of ourselves. Not negating anyone else who wants to come and help us, but recognizing that in us is the ability, the networks, the connections to do whatever we need to do and to dream whatever dreams we want to dream for this nation, for this continent, and impact. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 41 of the African Do podcast. We look forward to more guests. I will take up Eric on the offer to reach out to him and find some of the alumni of the Palmhouse Foundation. And hopefully in future episodes, we can have them with us. But thank you very much for sparing your 1 hour to listen to us and what we're trying to do here at the African Do podcast. And we look forward to having you in future episodes. You can find us on YouTube. We've taken a small break from Spotify. But we should be back. Thank you very much and look forward to you in the next episode. Asante
Thank you.
sana.
Asanteni.